I was running everywhere.
Guys, our sixth
A couple of hospitals I have to be at.
for the first time since 2008-2009 season.
Nice. Hey, brought the A-team here.
Like a charm.
The A-team, I like it.
Hey guys, good luck.
You are, and we have so much interest. I love your Twitter page because it's like you always, boxing, MMA, you always keep me, it's good. Anyway, shoot, you guys.
Well, I guess the bad news first. What's what with the walking wounded?
Khadijah, I'm not sure what happened. I think she had an allergic reaction to something she ate. So I'm going to go run to UNM Hospital after this and kind of figure out what happened to her. All indications she's doing really well and she's going to be fine. It appears to be an allergic food reaction. She is allergic to quite a few things, so I'm not sure how and, she got a hold of whatever she was, if she ate dirt or mud or something, I'm not real sure. But last I heard, she was doing fine. Alexa appears to hit her head on that last charge, which was big time. So you remember when you were a kid and your older sibling hit you in the head, how it felt for a little bit. So that's kind of how she feels now. And we've got great doctors, so they're up looking at her now. And, we'll see. We'll see what we have left.
When they tied it at 47, I believe it was, without Shepard, without Brown, without Keller, what were you thinking?
My God. I just liked our flow of the game. I liked what our freshmen were doing. I liked what every player that I subbed in, I just liked their poise. So I don't know if it's a weird feeling, but I didn't really feel like a sense of, oh God, now I have to play her and her. Or maybe in the past that's how it was. I put Jada in, I'm like, here's what Jada can do, and I know she'll do this. I put Lene in, I know Lene can do this, and here's what she's going to do. And maybe they're just growing up before my eyes. I had just a boatload of confidence in whoever I put in. And I don't know. It was just one of those feelings you get that, hey, we're going to get this and we're going to finish this off. And, that's a good team. That's a really good team. But no Khadijah pretty much the entire game, and she was really playing well. And then, when Kiana was playing well, fouled out, and Tish found out, it was just one of those games I thought our defense just did a nice job. And that's what we were going to stick with. They scored 60 points. We wanted to keep them in the 50s, but a team like that, it's hard. But, their best player, 4 for 20. Their other best player, 4 for 14, and that's who we keyed on. Now, she was 10 for 10 from the line, but I really liked what our defense did.
Coach, did this feel like a game that you never trailed in?
It was just a weird game. It was an emotional game, and I know we have, and I will say this, we did have a unbelievable officiating crew. So Gator, Lisa, McCall are some of the best in the business, and they worked the Final Four. And they did a good job with me. I will say that, because it was just an emotional game. I see my player collapse on the bench. I see another one go down. It was just a game of emotions, and that's what good officiating crews do. They rein you in a little bit, and they were patient with me, and I appreciate that very much. They're very good. I didn't think we ever trailed, but, like you said, I looked up, we're tied. It's their ball. We get a stop, and then we go down and score. So I just think we're growing up a little bit.
You just talked about, there for a little bit at the end, it was getting pretty close. And then you were talking about growth. You just talked about the end of that game.
Yeah, if we'd have won by 5 or 6, the fans would have started leaving. So we just wanted to keep them around a little bit. The growth is incredible. Again, I don't want to harp on a year ago or this, that, and the other, but, the Utah State game, the 1-point game, the UNLV game, the 3-point game, those are how our games are going to be. And now our kids have a boatload of confidence. They're not getting their head down when they make a mistake. I know this was a big game for Charisse. She really wanted to do well. And, she might not have shot well, but she got 10 rebounds. That kid she almost had a double-double. She had 9 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks, a steal. And the one steal, and I think it was close to tied or right, it was a 1 or 2 point game. She stole it for a layup. And, it's just a gut check by our kids. And I'm, again, really proud of them.
Along that same lines, when Keller went out, kind of looking for Rhodey to take over.
Yeah. There was a terrific game plan, by obviously our assistants, knowing what, she's left-handed, likes to go left. I thought putting Alexa, Josie, and Jada on her, I thought those three did a terrific job because they're physical. Josie's a physical as heck. Alexa's physical, and so is Jada. So I think they didn't back down, and they matched that. And, we didn't foul kind of the out-of-control shot, and we got the rebound. And I think there, the last 3 minute, the last media timeout, we got a lot of those 50-50 balls, and I thought that was huge with the last surge that you're going to run.
A couple of kids that played, high school ball here with Linnea and
Yeah.
really stepped up tonight.
Well,
Talk about what they did.
Alexa was big time, and taking the charge at the end of the game was big time. There was a couple of plays that I can look back to. The charge is definitely one because that won the game. I think Linnea's three. When the game was tied, it was like a 2 or 3 point game, and Linnea hits a three, and we're up either 5 or 6. I think Bryce's steal for a layup. There was just some really big time defensive moments that we did, and like Rick goes back to what Rhodey did. Alexa stepped up and guarded her and did a nice job, and she's just a physical kid, and hopefully we'll have her on Saturday.
Anything else for Coach?
Awesome. Thanks, you guys.
Questions for Bryce?
So did you always wanted to be number 20?
No, not really. But, it obviously worked out for me. So, I might have to switch my number over.
What, you just get something on there?
Yeah, I had blood on my shorts and on my top, so I had to basically change everything. I took off my arm sleeve because I had blood on it, too.
Kind of the same questions I asked Coach just now. They caught you at 47. Khadijah was obviously gone. Kiana and Kelly had fouled out. You got a 6-foot kid in there. What were you thinking?
I wasn't really thinking anything at this point. I was like, okay, they fouled out. Let's bring in the next player. It's kind of it's not like a panic situation because we've got people on the bench that can step up and play, and that's exactly what they did.
You just talk about, how physical this game was. Was that one of the most physical games you've been in?
Definitely probably was the most physical game I've been in this year. We expected it and we prepared for it and we weren't going to back down from it. So, we knew that's what they were going to do, so we had to do it back to them.
Those 2 final free throws kind of sealed it. Were you just relieved after you made both of them? What was your emotion?
Oh, definitely. I was really relieved because, we shoot pressure free throws almost every day in practice, and I think me being able to do it in the game was really a confidence booster for me personally because I never have been on the line for pressure free throws like that in a close game, and I think me being able to knock it down was really a good thing for me and a good thing for our team definitely because we got the win.
Going with Khadijah, did you notice anything before the game? Did you?
Khadijah is allergic to apples, and Bria had a fruit bar of some kind, and I guess she took a bite of it, and it had apples in it. So she had broke out in hives. Our trainer Dre gave her Benadryl, and then I guess she just blacked out on the floor. So.
Anything else for Bryce?
Thank you.
Linnea, career high 10 points and career high 2 blocks.
That's
Question for Linnea?
If you could just talk about those last few minutes there, it seemed like, with the top 2 scorers obviously out, you guys are kind of looking for points. Did that affect your mindset? Were you looking for your shot maybe a little bit more?
I was just going with the flow of the game. I wasn't really trying to do anything extra. I just kept being aggressive. They were super aggressive, so we knew that we had to match their aggressiveness, so I just tried to go with the game plan, and it ended up working out.
Go ahead. Talk about how big the bench was today. You have four key players go out.
Mm-hmm.
What is the emotion at that time?
The emotions were super high throughout the game with everything going on with their intensity and with losing players. But like Bryce said, we have players ready to step up, and that's what we did. So we're really proud of that. And it's a big accomplishment for us to be able to push through losing key players on our team.
First time you've gotten to play in this UNLV thing, it's wasn't what you thought it would be?
In high school, we had some pretty big rivalries, but this is obviously at a bigger level, bigger stage. So I thought the intensity was bigger than anything that I had played in, and the physicality was definitely very intense. But I thought that we did a good job of matching it.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
No problem.